Hi everyone, in this video I will talk about something that is maybe sometimes disregarded, um, but it's the settings. So although they might seem like they are insignificant, they definitely do have an impact. Um, I will open this in a world and in a speed because I have a account manager, a prim account in speed, not in a world. So like this you can see the differences. There are a lot of things that only are available for people who have account manager, Prim account. So yeah, let's go over the settings. A lot of the things are just sort of premium account details, like show the fast access bar, show the notes in each village. These things are not very relevant. There is no reason for you to turn them on, for you to turn them off. Um, last login, whatever, it doesn't really matter. This is very useful. Ignore the troop in a revo. In English, you will find it as ignore the attacks incoming or something like that. If you if you turn this on, whenever you get an attack, I will not get an attack here, but whenever you get an attack, you you get the option to ignore it. So you can just select it and you can ignore it after. So imagine you are getting spammed and you know it's like just a random guy who just likes to be boring, annoying and just spam you. You can turn this setting on and you can just ignore all of those attacks. It is very, very useful. This is just graphical things. It is pretty useless in general. Um, Attack sound, you can turn this off as well, so it makes a noise whenever you receive an attack. I personally don't use it, but if you are not playing a speed like at 100%, if you're doing something else, or if you like you win the speed round and then you just want to leave the tab open to check from time to time, I guess you can turn this on just make sure nothing happens. But it's just more of a safety setting. If you are playing the round, you don't really need this because you will know what is happening. The welcome page, página de benvenuto. This seems very useless, but in some scenarios it might not be. So you know how there is the achievements, and you can compare your farm to the first and stuff like that. In some servers, the achievements are not turned on. So you can open the página de benvenuto, and it can tell you the resources farmed that you have. So it is not a useless thing. It's a good way for you to see what's going on in worlds where the achievements are not on. These things, I'm honestly not sure on what this is. I've never touched it. It seems very useless. Impostazione della tribu. This is things that you share with your tribe. These settings are somewhat recent. You can activate these. It's more for worlds. Um, and normally in worlds you have to like turn this on by default or else your tribe will kick you. That's basically how it works. Um, it's just for the leaders to be able to see the amount of troops that you have and how your villages are developing, things like that, and if you have incoming attacks. So if you're like offline and your leader sees you have an incoming and you don't know, he can like message you on Discord or something so you can check it. That's pretty much why those things exist. HQ settings. You can change some things here. I will show you the practical effect of this. Um, Let me just go for the. Okay. Show all of the buildings. So this makes it so the ones that you cannot build are also shown. Let me turn this off. It's on by default. So now you do not see the things down here, the academy, the the things that you have to build certain buildings. So here now I brought it back. Yeah, I do not see why you would take that out. Hide the completed um, buildings. I guess you can turn this on. It's a matter of personal preference. So now you can see there is Haduno is built. The rally point. If I reload, it will not even show because it's completed. So yeah, it doesn't show things that are completed. I'll turn it back off. It's by default is how I use it, but yeah. Here, these two things, I always turn them off. It's one of the things that I always do whenever I join a round. I will turn these two things off because they are very annoying. The Alerta Concessione is the thing that appears here. Let's see, I will build something, for example, this. You will see that an alert will appear down there normally. So, yeah, you saw the alert. I will just build again and wait for it to pop up. It did not pop up. What? It's but yeah, normally you know that the pop-up appears here whenever you build something. Yeah, just like here you saw. I do not like those things because a lot of the times it appears like here on the corner, but if I'm playing on two tabs, it will appear somewhere around the server time. And if I am sniping a noble train, I need to see the server time. And if that thing covers the server time, well, then I can snipe the noble train. So I always turn that off. It is just useless because you know what you're building, even in N1s and things like that. And it just covers your screen. It is not useful. You can just turn it off. And this is the warning for the extra price. So let's see if I have a lot of things in queue. The fifth one will tell me that there is a bigger price if I build this because you can only build 5 things at a time. If you build more, it will cost more. You see here, 25% more. So normally I just turn this off too because when I'm building, there is basically only one scenario when I'm building more than 5 things on the queue, and it is when I'm building my wall. So I mean I don't mind spending more resources on the wall, and it's just one less button that I have to click on. So I always turn that off as well. Um, this is also a matter of preference. There's a lot of people who don't like seeing the village. There's a lot of people who turn this off and just see it like this. I honestly do not like it. I think it's a bit cooler with the village itself. You can just click on here. It's the same thing. In practice, it is basically the same thing, but it's not as graphic, I guess. So yeah, I usually don't change that, but you can change it if you prefer. And this is a bit useless. Like yeah, it just hides the levels. It's yeah, it's pretty useless. Um, Here you can change the map dimensions, but you can do that on the map as well. Activate the menu with multiple options. This is just options that make it easier for you to interact with the map. I do not see why you would turn any of these off. So yeah. Let's go to more settings. This is the account settings. You will be able to change your email, change your password, change your name, and eliminate your account here. It doesn't actually eliminate your account, it's just in the world that you're playing on. This is for people who used Facebook as their first email, as their first account, I don't know. The restart button is obviously very important. If you think you are dead, you just restart. It will send you an email. You put the code here to confirm that you wish to restart, and then it will let you restart. You can choose normally where you restart. Barra rápida. This is very important. This is where you add the scripts and the keybinds to your to your things. So here, as you can see, the keybind for the HQ is 1. If I click 1, I will go directly to the HQ. These things are very useful because it makes you play faster overall. So you should look at this. This is also where you add the scripts, and you can see the scripts video that I made to see what scripts I use. And you can also find them on Discord server. This here is mostly for worlds. You just have to sign all here when you are, like, imagine your brother is also playing and you both play on the same internet. You should sign all here, both of you, that you are playing on the same internet. The access is your access to the account. Sondage is not something very useful. No one really cares about it. It's just where they make some polls, but normally it's not used. Um, Nothing of this is very important. To invite players, notifications. This is very important. share comments. Whenever you share comments with someone, you can see their comments and they can see your own comments. You can give them the permission to see it, or well, not give the permission. You need to have this on to play as a team with someone, basically. And this is the same thing. This is for notes instead of comments. So yeah, it's good. And well, that is pretty much all. That is all for the settings. There are some things, especially these things here, that I think are very, very useless, and you can change that. Um, yeah, that's what I would do at least, and you will never have that as a problem. So yeah, you can just take a look at this. It's not that big of a deal. It helps if you switch some things around, but it overall is not that big of a thing. You can also turn off chat, for example, here. It won't appear. I normally always turn it off as well because it's always annoying. There's these little things that might make your game a bit smoother overall. And yeah, that is pretty much all of the important things for the settings. Thank you for watching.